Hello, Mr. Obama. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Close enough.
Okay. Let's see. I don't see any promotions for the last 8 years. That's not always good. Can you explain that?
Honestly, there wasn't a lot of room for advancement in my last job. The only one with a more powerful position was my wife.
Okay, that's good. Is it a keeper? Can you get both of you by any chance?
Doubtful.
Okay. So tell me why you're leaving. You say you're not being terminated, but it sounds like you can't stay. Is that true?
Well, I'm leaving because it's required by the 22nd Amendment of the United States Constitution.
Okay.
He thought about it for a second. Are you allowed to stay? So he was like, well, I guess I could technically stay if I wanted to, but it's not constitutional. The 22nd Amendment prevents Barack Obama from staying another term. So that's interesting, right? So do you guys remember when Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence and Donald Trump were all supporting a coup d'etat in Venezuela?
That's why my administration reversed the failing policies of the previous administration on Cuba.
So here he is fucking over Cuba, and why? Because they're socialists. They're taking care of their people. They're feeding their poor. That's why we're for a coup d'etat with Cuba.
We are supporting the hopes of Cubans, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans to restore democracy. The United States is leading.
So that makes me wonder, actually, I know about the Bolivian coup, I know about the Venezuelan coup, and I know about the Cuban coup, but he just mentioned Nicaragua. So we're killing people in Nicaragua, too. We're overthrowing their government.
A 59-nation diplomatic coalition against the socialist dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro.
So that's both Nancy Pelosi. Mike Pence is giving a standing ovation. Republicans are going to stand, but Nancy is, fighting now. I'm not going to go along with this standing ovation at first.
Maduro, a tyrant who brutalizes his people, but Maduro's grip on tyranny will be smashed and broken. Here this evening is a very brave man who carries with him the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of all Venezuelans. Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President, please take this message back to you.
So I just saw the entire United States government stand up with a standing ovation. It was hard to see if anybody was sitting down because there was just an overwhelming wave of bipartisan support for the coup d'etat in Venezuela. We tried a coup d'etat in Venezuela in 2002. Venezuela is the number one country, number one of oil reserves. That's Saudi Arabia is number. This is the reason, okay? Oil and socialists. They're a socialist nation. They take care of their poor. And because capitalism is a failure of a philosophy, imperialism tries to foist capitalism upon everybody, forces capitalism down your throats, whether you want it or not. If capitalism was such a great idea, it would just stand on its own. You shouldn't use imperialism to go attack socialist nations just to prove your point. So that's Nancy Pelosi. 35-year-old Juan Guaido, who's only the president of his stuffed animals. He's not the elected president of Venezuela. Nobody elected him whatsoever. But he was willing to talk to, our government, whatever, CIA, and make a deal to try to overthrow Venezuela. The entire United States government supports the Venezuelan coup. $30 million actually was just, $30 million that COVID bill was just spent. $30 million was just spent in that COVID bill to, go to war with Venezuela. So that's going to help coronavirus a whole bunch, right? We got this, pandemic, but we're going to spend $30 million for a coup d'etat in Venezuela. And I think everybody signed that damn bill, too, didn't they? Even the AOC? $30 million for war with Venezuela? That's not me. That's not what I represent.
Great honor. Thank you very much. Please take this message back that all Americans are united with the Venezuelan people in their righteous struggle for freedom. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
All right, yay, fantastic. And then Nancy Pelosi is going to stand up. Again, twice, Nancy Pelosi, the entire U.S. government, bipartisan consensus. We are in favor of coup d'etat, a sovereign nation. that did no harm to us, that posed no threat to us, that did nothing to us whatsoever. So when people look at the U.S. Capitol riots, when they look at America's coup and they say, that ain't us, that's not what, who we are, that is who we are. That is America. It is America. It's not us because it's not me. It's not me. I'm opposed to this shit. And I'm glad that the rest of the country is finally waking up because this is bullshit. This was a diet coup. The Capitol riots, America's diet coup. But the shit with Juan Guaido, this motherfucking coup d'etat, we're still spending money, $30 million, $60 million we spent on it. This started in 2019. How much money do we spend to coup d'etat other nations? Why? Because they have oil? Because they are socialist? They don't pose a threat to us whatsoever. So this is exactly who we are. We had a coup d'etat, we have coup d'etats all over the place. 1987, Burkina Faso. 1989, Panama. 1992, Iraq. 1996, Zaire. 1997, Indonesia. 2000, Yugoslavia. Iraq, Haiti, Grenada, Nicaragua, Chad. Bolivia, we needed to take all Bolivia's lithium. That's why we, kill all these people. They want a socialist nation where they take care of each other and take care of the poor. No, we would rather topple the president of Bolivia because of Elon Musk. Bolivia has a shit ton of lithium, and someone pointed out to Elon Musk, hey, it's you. It's because of you why that Bolivian coup happened. Because you need that lithium. You need lithium for all the computer parts, for all the machines out there. So you need, lithium for all these parts. You need lithium for all these parts. So Elon Musk was being blamed, and he said, I don't give a damn. We're going to coup whoever we want to coup. We will coup whoever we want. Deal with it. Fuck you, Elon motherfucking Musk. Evo Morales is a fucking badass. We had FDR for 12 years. I don't think we could tell them what to do until their president is over 12 years. That's what we had, 12 years. So that's what? Because 8 is no. No. So this is who America is. This is who America is. 2009, Barack Obama had a coup d'etat with Honduras. 2002, George W. Bush tried a coup d'etat of Venezuela. We tried to do it again in 2019. In 2007, we tried a coup d'etat Iran. In 53, we did Iran coup because they nationalized their oil. In 54, we coup d'etat Guatemala because they wanted land reform. They were raising bananas. So the entire U.S. government, this is the State of the Union, February 4th, 2020. So on February 4th, 2020, not even a year ago, the entire United States government was for doing to Venezuela what those Trump MAGA supporters did to the Capitol on January 6th. And Donald Trump is actually going to defund the military. He's going to veto the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. He's going to veto it. Which means he defunded the military because he wanted to end all the wars. That's how you end all the wars, you defund the military. But guess who overrode his veto? The Democrats. The Democrats pushed for imperialism. Now the Democrats are the party of imperialism. I just wish this shit wasn't, the hypocrisy is enormous. The shit's obvious and it's bullshit. Just because Americans want to keep their head in the sand and pretend like their, government doesn't do. You know about Iraq. You know about the Libyan war. You might know about Zaire and Yugoslavia. But any shock to you, America, whatsoever, that Donald Trump, who supported a coup d'etat in Cuba, in Bolivia, in Venezuela, Nicaragua, would be in support of a coup d'etat on the United States of America? Is there any shock to that whatsoever? And the same oppression that the empire puts upon the entire world is the same oppression that we get here in America. So people want to say this ain't us. This is totally America. Coup d'etats is American as apple pie. It's as American as baseball. It's more American than those things because basketball and football is better. So yeah, I just want to ask the question. Do you remember when Nancy Pelosi supported the coup d'etat? Remember when Mike Pence supported the coup d'etat? I guess when it's for Venezuela, that's fine and dandy. But then when their power is threatened, then they're... How come people need pain to learn? Why can't they just learn by virtue? You do to others the way you want to be treated. You don't overthrow Venezuela's government just because you don't like their economic system. Anyways, peace.